Margot grinned. It sounds like you're an expert on passive discipline. I wish. Heather replied. Recently he seems to be going off on a tangent. She tells Margot about the crowd he's in with and what she suspects he's been getting up to. Before long their privacy is disturbed by a customer entering the salon, so they change the conversation. Eventually Heather's hair is done, so she pays, books her next appointment and leaves. A fortnight later, Margot eagerly awaits Heather's arrival. At the first opportunity, Margot says, "You'll never guess what I found at the Family Advice Center." "What?" Heather asks. "Oh," she says as Margot shows her a proactive parenting pamphlet titled Petticoating for Boys. She quickly scans the 12 tips and says it's all good sound advice. "Obviously I couldn't help but think of your Peter, and the pamphlet does say that petticoating is ideal for boys before, during and after puberty, so maybe Peter isn't too old after all." "Well, he is 16, he's not a little boy anymore," Heather replies as she peruses the pamphlet. "It wouldn't be anywhere near as easy as it used to be." "How's he getting on anyway?" Margot asked. "I think I saw him the other day on the museum steps. That's where he and his so-called friends hang out." Heather sighed deep and long. "It's only a matter of time before the police bring him home, or worse." "Sounds like he needs some new friends," Margot says. "Yes, but try telling Peter that." A fortnight later, Heather is having her regular appointment at Margot's and Margot comes up with a very interesting idea. "You know, you'd only have to petticoat Peter once, and providing his so-called friends all see him in his petticoated state, it'll be job done." "Well, it'd certainly encourage him to distance himself from them, and them from him." Heather agrees. "But as I said, petticoating a 16-year-old isn't as easy as petticoating a 10-year-old. "Yes. I've been thinking about that," Margot replies. She looks at Heather through the mirror. Heather is sat in the large leather chair with her hands on its arms. "Now, imagine your hands are tied to the arms, and your feet are tied to the pedestal, and that you're Peter. What would he be able to do in order to stop me from giving him a complete makeover?" Not much apart from shake his head about," Heather replies. "Exactly, and I'm no stranger to cutting the hair of children who just won't keep still," Margot replies. "It dawned on me the other day that petticoating need not involve a dress, as a feminine haircut may be just as effective." "So basically, you're suggesting I bring him in here and we tie him to the chair, do his hair and somehow make sure his friends see him?" "In a nutshell, yes," Margot replies, "although I was thinking hair and makeup, a female head rather than just female hair." The hard bit would be getting him in here in the first place. He seems dead set on being a long-haired scruff." Throughout the following days, Heather spends many a moment pondering Margot's idea. She's certain that should Peter's friends see him looking feminine, Peter would be too ashamed to seek their company for a good while. All she has to do is get him in the salon. After one of many conversations with Peter regarding what he's going to do with his life, Heather has an idea. He's left school, doesn't want to go to college, so won't end up at university, and none of the jobs available are good enough for him. He wants to be a graphic designer but isn't prepared to study for the qualifications, and this is where one of Heather's old friends could come in handy. Jennifer works for a large printing company whose offices are in the center of town. Heather has the idea of telling Peter that she's arranged him an interview as a junior graphic designer, but he would have to smarten himself up for the occasion.